I know you watch The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is giving something really similar, but in real life.
Okay.
And it has to do with my not so dear friend. I've never met this guy in my life, James Anderson from Florida. It's from Florida, so you know it's gonna be bad.
So who's James Anderson?
He was a volunteer at Florida's recent Soul Fest. It's a music festival. Yep, that's all. No.
So he went to, what was it called?
It's called the Soul Fest.
What kind of music is it?
I have no idea. I think it's just like mixed.
Oh.
Yeah. But he did some bad things, and he got charged for resisting arrest and aggravated battery of a police officer.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the day, he was like standing there. Apparently he was under a lot of drugs like PCP, ketamine, the bad stuff. A bunch too. But allegedly.
Wait, when did this happen?
This happened recently. Like
within months or like a year?
Within this month.
Okay.
I think it was around like May 7th. So he saw this officer and they got a little bit of a scuffle. And
why?
No idea. He's under a lot of drugs, so he probably was just really irritable. So
he just went and picked a fight with a cop?
Yeah. Yeah. So they got a bit of scuffle. And what he thought to do was take like a bite out of this officer's scalp. And I'm not talking like, oh, there's little bite marks there. I'm talking like a hole, which I'll show you the picture. And then he got tased, so he stopped after that, but he took a chunk. It literally looks like something you'd see from like a zombie movie.
So he tried to eat the cop?
Yeah, pretty much.
That looks like a gunshot wound. So, what happened?
He took a bite of his head.
And then what?
He got tased, and then he was, like, arrested.
So would you ever try eating somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Would you start with the head?
No.
Like he did?
I'd probably... He wasn't going to eat him, but I would
well,
probably...
what if it tasted good and he's like, I'm not going to stop?
I'm sure he spit it out, like, right after. Unless he, like, stood there, looked him dead in the face, and swallowed the junk.
I like to think he swallowed it.
It's, like, his head, so, like, he has, like, mostly buzzed head, but, like, there'd still be little hairs on it. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, well, he had hair, yeah. I mean, it was short, but...
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest thing that's happened in Florida.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like
honest.
really bizarre stuff always happens in Florida. It's because of the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
So is James Anderson in jail still?
I'm assuming yes. I haven't seen any updates about him going into court or anything for being a walker.
So James Anderson tried to eat a police officer.
I seriously
starting with the head.
I seriously wouldn't be surprised if this is the start of the zombie apocalypse and he was the first one. And it wasn't actually like drugs.
No.
It was like he was a zombie. He ate, because that's a big chunk of his head.
Yeah, he's just one of those crazy Floridians.
Yeah, but
he's on bath salts and too much sun.
That can also lead to walkers and zombies.
That's science fiction.
You don't know, it could happen. COVID was pretty close, I think. Rabies?
It was
That
just
is
COVID was
really
just killing
close.
people. It wasn't making them walk around and eat other people.
It could have eventually.
But it didn't.
It made them all go crazy over toilet paper. It just wasn't brains.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't it funny how when shit goes crazy, everybody goes and fights over toilet paper at Walmart?
It's not like, oh, we need like fresh fruits and vegetables because we won't be able to eat it for a long time. Or we need our favorite fast food. It's toilet paper.
Yeah.
You can use your hand.
I know, or just rinse
Get in the
yourself
shower,
off. Yeah. People are stupid. Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, that is the end of my story. I just want to talk about people eating others. Yeah. He didn't look like Jeffrey Dahmer, though. He's just big dude and he has curly black hair.
Well, I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer ate straight from the live victims. Didn't he kill them and then cooked them?
I'm sure he did a lot. We don't know all what he did.
Yeah,
because if he had a vat of human soup, then I'm sure he probably took a bite out of a person while they're still raw.
Alive?
Raw.
Or just raw?
Raw. Alive.
Okay.
And raw.
Quit saying raw. It's like you're a cheerleader or something.
Raw. When I come home from a long day of party rocking in the house tonight, the one thing I look forward to is seeing my animals, whether it be my cat or my dog or my inside full-size horse.
Do you have a falcon?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
His name is Gerald.
Now, the name sucks, but having a falcon's pretty sweet.
You suck. But today we're talking about...
That was mean and hurtful.
Wally, the 6-foot legally certified emotional support gator.
An emotional support gator.
Yeah, an alligator.
So he's legally certified as a support animal.
Legally certified by the state as an emotional support animal.
What state?
I assume Florida, but that might not be right.
Florida people are crazy.
Yeah, that's why I assumed it was Florida. They have all the gators, and they're kind of a little bit nuts.
Well, isn't that the same place, the same state where the guy tried to eat somebody's brains?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a few years back, all the bath salt zombies.
Okay, it looks like he's actually from Pennsylvania. I was wrong.
Oh, okay. So he lives in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, he lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay. I thought maybe he was from Pennsylvania and moved to Florida so he could get a gator.
No. Well, the gator might have come from Florida, but it lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So this gator is pretty big on social media. It has a bunch of followers.
What's its name?
I already said its name, but its name is Wally.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, all right.
Wally. Is that short for Wallace, or is that his name, Wally?
No, his name is just Wally Gator. That's his full name.
Yeah. So that's like, would Gator be his last name?
Yeah, Gator is his last name.
So Wally space Gator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on just Instagram alone, he has 36,000 followers.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That's probably the most popular alligator on Instagram.
This gator walks around on a leash, and it goes to meet and greets, and it gives people hugs.
Meet and greets?
Yep, it actually will go to places like Bass Pro Shops, and it'll announce the date, and people will come to see this gator.
So they have an event just for Wally Gator.
Yeah.
And for people to come meet Wally Gator and touch Wally Gator and hold Wally Gator and get a selfie with Wally Gator.
Yeah, they all come to see Mr. Gator.
Well, that's cool.
But recently, something really bad happened.
Did he eat somebody? He ate a child. He ate an infant straight out of the mother's womb.
Surprisingly, no, he exploded. I'm kidding. He didn't explode. He was stolen. He was kidnapped. He was gator napped.
Oh, man. Is his picture up on the wall in Walmart?
No. Maybe. In Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So he's stolen from his owner's backyard in the middle of the night by just a random guy. And he was taken to a swamp and released with 20 other gators.
Does Pennsylvania have a lot of swamps?
I don't know.
How do they know that he was released into a swamp?
I'm guessing, like, maybe the thief? I'm not sure. That's a hard question.
Because there's got to be some proof that Wally Gator was released into this swamp, right?
Maybe I'll tell you if you stop calling him fully Wally Gator.
I'll start calling him Wally Cleaver. Is that better?
No.
Do you know who that is?
You're
Do you know who
being
Wally?
mean to the gator now.
Do you know who Wally Cleaver is?
Maybe.
Yes or no? Do you know who Wally Cleaver is?
No, who's Wally Cleaver?
He's a character from Leave It to Beaver. He's the beaver's older brother.
Okay.
That show is about a beaver, not an alligator. So it's kind of cool because it's like...
None of this is going to put in. Why are you talking?
His name is Theodore Cleaver, but for some reason they call him the beaver. I think it was because of his teeth when he was like a baby or something, but I don't remember. And so they call him the beaver.
Okay,
And
I have all the information.
his older brother's name is Wally. And now there is a gator, an alligator named Wally. Isn't that weird?
It's not a coincidence at all.
I didn't
what
say.
Are you going on
I didn't
about?
say it was a coincidence. I said, "Isn't that weird?"
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's hear it.
So the thief was a permitted trapper who had been responding to a call about a nuisance alligator call, and he came into the backyard and captured Wally. Now, so he was taken to a swamp of 20 other gators, but it's hard to say if the gator was actually Wally that was taken to the swamp. And even if it was, it would be virtually impossible to retrieve him from all these other alligators.
So there's no like distinct markings or anything on Wally Gator?
No, he's just pretty much a normal alligator.
So he just looks like all the rest of them?
Yeah, he's just normal.
They should just go out and try calling the name. Maybe he's like a dog and he comes to his name.
Well, he's still a wild animal, so I don't think he'd do that.
How do they know there's 20 other alligators in this swamp? Is it like a wildlife refuge or something?
I think it would just be
like an estimate.
An estimate, yeah.
Okay.
Or they might be recording like how many.
Maybe they've well, maybe they could find them that way if they're like tagging the alligators or something to keep track of them on their like habits and their growth patterns and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what they follow with animals like that. That's why I
assumed it was an estimate, because if they'd marked, it would have been really easy to find.
Yeah.
Mr. Gator.
Wally Gator.
But a GoFundMe was raised, and it's closed now, but $13,000 was raised, in order to help the owner get back from his vacation and try to locate his emotional support animal.
Wasn't he going to come back from his vacation anyway?
Well, yeah, but it's just support, I think, because I think it was so that he could come home immediately instead of waiting for his due date to come back.
How did he find out his alligator was missing when he was on vacation? Did he have a house sitter or something, or somebody to come walk his alligator daily, kind of like a dog walker?
Oh, well, I'm sure, because I don't think he would just leave his like precious alligator.
If it's an emotional support alligator, why didn't he have it with him?
I'm not sure. Maybe he was visiting.
Let's speculate. I think he's lying about it being for emotional support, and he just wants to be the cool guy with a pet alligator on a leash in the park.
Well, it is certified. I think he is probably visiting family, and so he might have not needed the alligator. Or maybe he's going somewhere. I mean, okay, let's think of it this way. It's kind of hard to drive an alligator all the way to Georgia or bring an alligator on a plane. Maybe it was just about travel.
But what if he has a mental breakdown or a social situation that he gets really uncomfortable and he needs his emotional support Wally Gator?
I guess you'll just have to look at pictures, because I don't think a plane would let a gator sit next to you in your seat.
He just pulls out his phone and just starts flipping through pictures of alligators crying.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. If I had an emotional support gator, I would cry and look through pictures.
I got a question then.
Yeah.
If you could have any sort of emotional support animal, what would you pick?
I would pick a snow leopard, because they aren't the biggest like wild cat, but I don't know, it would be like a big dog. It would be heavy. It could lay on you, and their tails are really fat and like long, and they're really cute.
Yeah, it would be like a dog, except for whenever their hunting instincts kick in and they attack you from behind and rip your brains out and eat them.
Well, that also applies to the gator, but apparently it loves giving like chin rubs, and it'll like rub up against you and hug you and like swim. I saw a video of it swimming with a little girl in a pool like right next to her.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that is really scary, but it didn't do anything. So
Okay.
I just assumed it would be like that with like another animal.
Like, I'd be fine if it's on land and the guy's got it on a leash. I mean, I'm still afraid it's going to try to bite me.
Yeah.
But it's not going to kill me by biting me. But if I'm in the water with it, apparently they grab you and then take you underwater and do this thing they call the death roll, which I guess it would like disorient their victim or their prey. And I think they end up just drowning you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
So I'm not so afraid of an alligator as a support animal unless I go get in the pool with it, like this little girl did, I guess.
Yeah.
And that would be really scary to me. But a snow leopard, it's going to eat you.
Well, the gator is certified, so it went through training. So I'm guessing that helps, and I assume it would be the same with like a big cat like that.
How do you train a wild alligator to be a support animal?
I'm not sure.
Why and how did this person pick an alligator as emotional support animal? Have you ever heard of anything like that? Because usually, like, I always see people with dogs.
I've seen emotional support chickens.
In person?
Not in person, but like online.
So I'm talking like in person. You go to town or whatever, you go to the store and you see somebody with an emotional support animal, like 99% of the time, I see dogs.
Yeah.
Right? So that seems like the go-to, and they probably are easier to train, and they're already like domesticated and very social. So what would make you pick an alligator? What do you think?
It could just be preference, or it could be like an allergy, or the guy does have cancer. He might want something to eat him when he dies.
Oh, so like, yeah, so he's gonna, but, well, maybe if he knows he's gonna die, like he's having a really bad day, maybe he would just walk in his backyard and just like sleep in the yard or something.
Go lay in the little pool.
Yeah. Because if he dies in his house, his alligator's in the backyard. He can't get to him. But that'd be pretty cool. That'd be a good idea. I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I know why he didn't pick a dog, and I know why he picked an alligator.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Because he wants a new pair of boots.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. You know, maybe he does need an emotional support animal, but I think he picked an alligator so that it will, quote, die under mysterious circumstances. And, oh, look, everybody, I got a brand new pair of gator skin boots.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I don't doubt that this guy doesn't really love his gator, but he is taking it to meet and greets and like letting people see it. Maybe this is a source of revenue.
Are people paying to come meet it?
I don't know, but I assume that if it's like a meet and greet, maybe people are just like tipping to be able to hold this alligator.
Maybe he like hires it out to take it to little kids' birthday parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did see on
bar mitzvahs
on his Instagram at one point he did have a Mardi Gras party and the gator was there. It wasn't like
he had the party, or he took it to a party.
It was the gator was a special guest for the Mardi Gras party.
I bet this dude's making money off of his emotional support gator.
I'm just saying, maybe this is
a scam.
Okay. He also has a like reptile refuge though, but I don't doubt he doesn't like the gator. I'm sure he loves the gator. Okay,
I would have a few questions then. Now knowing this, so my first question would be, what has happened to him? What's the reason that he needs an emotional support animal?
I have an answer to that.
What?
It says I guess he claims is to deal with the loss of family members and to help him through his prostate cancer.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean,
anyone can have an emotional support animal for whatever.
Okay,
That's okay.
So if you need it because you lost family members, okay. But if every family member that lost another family member needed an emotional support animal, every single person walking around that I see, adults anyway, would all have emotional support animals. So my second question would be, has he ever had a psychological evaluation before he was allowed to get an emotional support animal? And if he did, what was the diagnosis?
If you want a certified emotional support animal, you have to have some kind of diagnosis, I guess. And with family members dying, I guess it's just the situation. It might have been something really close. I have no idea.
So I wonder too, I wonder if he was possibly ex-military or something like that, because I know that PTSD is usually a big reason that people end up with emotional support animals.
Yeah.
But some of this just sounds really fishy to me, so that's why I have questions. I wonder too, is this his first emotional support animal?
I have no idea.
What's the guy's name?
His name is Joey.
Joey what?
His name is Joey Henney.
Do you know how old he is?
Who, the guy or the gator? Because I know how old the gator is, but I don't know how old.
How old is Wally Gator?
Wally Gator is 8 years old.
How old is, what'd you say his name was? Billy Henson?
What?
I don't know.
His name is Joey Henney. Where'd you get Billy Henson from?
Jimmy, Billy,
Joey,
Billy.
I don't know
and
how
what
old.
was the last name?
Henny?
Henson.
I don't know how old he is.
I came close.
I don't know how old Joey is.
Have you seen a picture of him?
Yeah, I have. I do not know how old Joey is.
Joey? I thought you said his name was Billy.
His name is Joey.
Okay.
You're stressing me out.
Yes. It's working, finally. You just showed me a picture of him.
Yeah.
And I would guess, based on the photo, that he's probably in his 70s.
Yeah, I'd say 60 or 70.
If I could have any type of animal as an emotional support animal,
Yeah.
I would pick an ostrich.
I can tell you right now, those things are vicious.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, you could also hug those, but like,
Yeah.
those things are evil.
Well, if an alligator can be trained to be an emotional support animal, I think an ostrich could too.
Hypothetically, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about that. They kind of scare me.
More than an alligator?
Oh yeah, I love gators.
Okay.
I really
So-
like alligators.
But just close your eyes and imagine
I don't want to do that.
you're in a park and you're just like hanging out, chilling, and you look over and you see some dude walking with a 10-foot tall ostrich on a leash. That would be sweet.
What would it do to emotionally support you?
Scare people.
That isn't emotional
But it would make me
support.
feel good to know that people are being scared, because I don't get along with people.
I can tell.
I mean, it's not like I'm hurting them. You know, it's just going to scare them. They might have a couple bad dreams, some nightmares, wet the bed a couple
Your
times.
alligator viciously attacks you and everyone else.
It's not an alligator.
Or,
It's
sorry,
an
your ostrich.
What's it going to do? Like peck the top of your head a couple times?
Those-
You might have a bald spot for a couple
They
days.
can break skin. You'd be surprised.
Have you seen the talons on those things? Do they jump up kind of like chickens do and use their talons to fight?
They do actually jump and kick, yeah.
Okay. I'd put tennis shoes on it.
They use their beaks as well.
But like I said, I mean, maybe how about this? I'll put like some styrofoam on the ends of its beak. So when it pecks at you, it's just like soft. It's like a little kiss.
That might be considered cruel, but okay.
Anyway, and then when I'm done walking it in the park, I jump on its back and we haul ass into the sunset.
See, that's why, okay, I have two options. I would either pick like a snow leopard or the world's smallest wild cat, which is a snow leopard. Because both of these wild cats aren't huge, but they're still big, and I feel like it would be like a dog, and I could train them more like a dog.
Wait, you said that they were both snow leopards.
No, I said clouded leopard.
You said snow leopard.
Me, 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 me. I think I heard what I said.
You don't want a chimpanzee?
I wouldn't get a chimpanzee.
Why not? You don't want it to eat your friends' faces off?
No, they smell, and
they'll poop in their hand and throw it at you.
They're more like toddlers or babies, and I feel like either a clouded leopard or a snow leopard could take care of itself, and I wouldn't have to constantly like baby it and put diapers on it.
Oh. You'd have to have a really big litter box.
I would just lay it outside. Like climb into the neighbor's yard.
Yeah. Eat all the neighborhood pets.
I don't think you'd do that.
Yeah, you'd go to open the back door and let it back in, and it would be like 20 feet up in the tree in your backyard with the neighbor's dog in its teeth, just like chowing down.
Both of these cats are smaller, and like I said, the clouded leopard is the smallest like wild cat.
What do you mean? How big is it?
It grows up to 24 to 43 inches.
Tall?
Tall.
Well, 43 inches is pretty tall.
Well, I did say it's a wild cat, so it isn't like lions are huge.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
These are pretty like small.
Yeah.
They could like sit on your lap. It would just be like a cat, but like really big and dangerous and scary. And they hunt like smaller prey, so it's not like they'd go and eat a Doberman. They would just hunt all the small neighborhood cats and chihuahuas.
They'd eat a Pomeranian and a Chihuahua.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Those dogs were genetically bred, and they don't survive well on their own, so it's fine.
So they deserve it.
Survival of the fittest.